ReVision Fitness.
Let's change the way we look at it.
Hello, my name is Tyler Marin, owner of ReVision Training LLC, personal trainer, motivational speaker, and three-time Paralympic athlete. Today we're going to be talking about how we play, especially when we talk about the skill acquisition for young kids. Some of the skills that we're going to look at learning today include walking, crawling, climbing, jumping, and so much more. A few things to keep in mind as you watch this video. First and foremost, it doesn't matter whether your child is sighted or visually impaired. These are skills that all kids need to learn and will learn at different ages, especially if you're helping them along. The other thing to keep in mind is though we're talking a lot today about play, so many of these skills can and will be developed through other daily activities such as picking up toys, carrying in groceries, folding clothes, making beds, and other chores that should be learned by kids. Having said that, let's start talking about the first stages, 2 to 3 years old, once they're pretty mobile, and there are some basic mobility skills that they're trying to acquire. At this very young age, starting off by creating environments that are safe for them is key to making sure that they don't feel restrained while playing. So having areas that don't have sharp corners and places where they can easily injure themselves seems very obvious, but to the child is going to make a big difference in how they express themselves and how they extend themselves during play. As we go through this video, keep in mind that these are only suggestions, that your child's development is individual to them, and you knowing your child best should understand what level they're at. And knowing your own child, be sure to ask yourself this question. Filter everything through this idea. Don't ask yourself, can it be done? Ask yourself, how can it be done? Let's start off with ages 2 to 3 years old.
Tunnel crawling. Making a tunnel out of couch cushions, allowing your child to crawl under, over objects, and even backwards. Make sure that they point their nose forward. Climbing up and down stairs. At a younger age, they're going to step with both feet on each step as they go up and down. As the child gets older, they'll start to alternate steps, 1 foot on each stair. One other skill having to do with elevation is being able to jump off of a low step.
Skill acquisition with the ball can be made super simple. There's a couple of different adaptations using a ball that has bells or beads embedded inside of it, others that beep or make noise, or something a little more simple like a ball with a plastic bag tied around it so that it makes a bunch of noise every time it's moving around. One option that my daughter really likes is called a star kick, which is essentially just a string attached to the ball. So every time she throws it or kicks it, she can pull it right back to herself. Some of the skills with the ball that you're going to want to look at acquiring with your child include
Kicking the ball, throwing the ball straight up in the air, chest pass, underhand forward pass, throwing the ball overhead backward, and spinning around in a circle.
These very early years of development can be so much fun, and there are many, many other activities that they can do. Some of those including jumping in puddles, playing in leaves, playing chase in an open area, or other games like digging for treasure, burying some items in the sandbox, for example, and having the child dig through that, developing fine motor skills. There's just tons and tons of options in this age range.
Moving on to the ages of approximately 3 to 4 years old, now we start to see skill acquisitions like being able to swing yourself manually on a swing, climbing up a ladder and going down the slide, bouncing the ball back and forth, working on catching skills. And hanging from the bar, building upper body strength and dexterity. And here comes our dog, Sunny. Playing Hop the River by jumping from one couch cushion a pretty good distance to the next. Jumping in and out of a hula hoop, either single leg or double leg. Finally, this is about the age where you're going to see enough dexterity that they're going to be able to ride a bike with training wheels. In this case, we have our daughter riding in an area where it's bordered by grass and open space so that if she goes off the pavement, she won't injure herself. Also, riding a scooter with handles is something that is a good activity at this stage as well.
Look where you're going!
And if the weather is no good for being out with a ball or a bike, other indoor activities can substitute just as well, including bubble wrap jump.
Around ages 3 to 4 is when you're going to start to see some really neat fine motor skill development and some other fun activities that the kids are able to do. Some of them we've just shown you. Others may include, if you're living in a hot climate at least, activities like sponge play in buckets, moving water from one bucket to another, playing in sprinklers, and other fun water activities.
Okay, ready? Simon says, hop on one foot. Around the age of 4 to 5 years old, we're starting to see a lot better listening skills and much better balance. So games such as Simon Says,
walk backwards quickly. Simon says, walk forwards quickly. Simon says, turn in a circle. Good job. Simon says, jump up as high as you can. Jump. All right, good job.
and games like Animal Moves, where we have the children move in different animal movement patterns to develop coordination and core strength, are going to help the child develop tremendously.
Like a frog. So squat all the way down and jump up. Leap like a frog. Leap like a frog. Good job. Okay, now let's see. Gallop like a horse. Gallop, gallop, gallop. Good job. All right, now we're gonna fly like a bird, right? So you put your arms out like this. We're gonna lean forward and we're gonna soar through the air like a bird.
And flap our wings.
Right, and we can flap our wings just like this, right? Perfect. Okay, now I want you to get down on your belly and slither like a snake. Slither like a snake. Good job. That's a tough one, huh? Okay, now we're gonna stand on one leg like a flamingo. Like this. Whoa. Whoa. Good job.
Developing catching skills, like throwing a soft object, like a pillow, up into the air and trying to catch it as many times as you can without letting it hit the ground. Or, of course, you can play catch with a partner.
Got it. Catch. Short. Ready, catch. I got it. Nice job. Catch. Oh, no.
Being creative is the key. Like this example of putting rice inside a balloon, blowing it up, and hitting it back and forth. Makes great noise.
I hear that. Have to hit it to me. Oh, nice job. And hit it to you.
Bridge walks across couch cushions or pillows is also another way to develop great balance.
So as you've just seen, ages 4 to 5 is when you start to see a lot more dexterity and balance the kids will have. So being able to hop on one foot, jump side to side, there's plenty of other motor skills that are being developed in this time frame. Some of the different activities that are really fun to do at this age: flying a kite, doing a dance party, so putting on some fun music and just dancing around the living room, or even setting up an obstacle course, climbing over an object, climbing under another, jumping from one item to the next. Obstacle courses can be a ton of fun once they hit about this stage of development.
Around the age of 6, 7, and older, we start to see more advanced skill acquisition, such as jumping rope and roller skating.
Hold them straight. I'll pull you for now. You just learn how to stand on them. There you go. Try to stay up tall. Come on. The stage of 6, 7, 8 years old, here's about the age when we start to see some more sport-like activities. Here's where we'll start to find, as you saw, some biking, some skating, other activities that can come in, swimming, running. As you can see from the video, being that my daughter is only 5 years old, some of those more advanced skills like jumping rope or skating are a little bit tricky. But here's where we see the development of the child, and understanding and knowing what stage your child is at is really important. A final thought that I want to leave you with, again, a reminder that whether your child is sighted or visually impaired doesn't matter. These skills need to be acquired by all children. It's important to try to set up safe environments for your kids, but also remember that sometimes there has to be opportunities for them to explore. Playing on playground equipment, for example, generally is pretty safe, but there might be a little bit of trepidation when you let your child wander around on the equipment. Knowing your child, again, is very important, but also giving them the opportunity to explore and expand and play with other kids is so crucial in the development process. That's all we have for you today. My name is Tyler Marin, and I want to encourage you, at whatever stage you're at, whatever age you are, to make exercise play.